Hey guys, what is up? So in today's video, I will be sharing with you our framework, how we launch and scale Facebook ads using the methods that we follow at our agency. And we have taken ad accounts from spending 500 to 1000 per day to up to 50,000 per day, following these campaign structures and campaign strategies. So make sure that you watch this video till the end, because this is coming from my own hands-on experience, and we have gotten some amazing results for our clients and even for ourselves. So I'm just gonna give it away to you. So make sure that you have got a notepad there with you, because this is going to be a deep diver. Like, I'm going to dive deep into this video. Usually whenever I do videos, I'm kind of in a rush, you can say, because I'm always doing these like selfie style videos. But today I thought I'm going to just spend as long as it takes to give value to you guys. Let's go. So step number one. Okay, so understand that we are going to take an ad account from zero to hero in different stages. Okay, the stage one is the stage where we are going to start establishing some kind of data points. Okay, the end goal that we have is to start scaling the ad account and testing things out with open targeting, which means no interest, without any interest. Okay, that's our end goal. We want to make it scale ready, that we can then start to scale it eventually without any kind of interest. That's what we want to do. That's what our end goal is. Okay, but how do we start? So we're going to launch with 153. That's one campaign, 5 ad sets. Okay, and one second here. Let me just turn the AC on. So one campaign, 5 ad sets, and 3 ads inside each ad set. Okay, so now this is going to be a CBO campaign. Okay, now when we started to scale ad accounts, we tried doing the ABO strategies that used to work a few years back, but they have stopped working with sustainability. Honestly speaking, even in the earlier days, ABO strategies never worked with stability. The only thing they actually lacked was stability. Even if they delivered results, they did not deliver results with stability. One day the performance was great, the next day it was terrible. So that's where we started to transition into CBO, and that's why we now like to scale ad accounts using CBO, purely using CBO. Okay, will ABO work? According to me, no. But if you have methods that work, great for you, more power to you, best of luck, keep doing it. This is more about how do you scale ad accounts using CBOs, because that's what we do. Okay, and I'm going to just tell you things that work for me, things that I don't do, I'm not going to talk about it. So 153 is CBO, campaign level पे budget set करेंगे, and we're going to launch 5 ad sets. Each ad set is going to have one unique, which means different audience interest inside each of the ad sets, and we total have 5 ad sets, which means 5 different audience interest. We're only going to use one single audience interest, no behavior, no engaged shopper, nothing like that, just one audience interest. Okay, and then we're going to throw 3 ads inside each ad set. Now these ads, let me just explain what these ads are going to be. These ads are going to have it'll be like one unique ad creative. Okay, so which means there will only be one different unique creative. So it'll be a video, or it can be an image, whatever it is. So one unique creative. However, we will have 3 variations of that same creative. So how do we create 3 variations of the same creative? By testing and having different combinations of ad copy and headlines. Okay, so we'll keep the creative the same, but we'll have 3 combinations of ad copy and headlines. Understood? Easy to understand? Great. So you're gonna have 3 ads like that. Okay, in each ad set you're gonna use those same 3 ads. Understood? Fantastic. Now we have 153. Now you will launch this with 1000 per day. Okay, this is a 1000 per day strategy. If you want to launch with lower budget, then you can use the same framework, but use 133 instead, which means one campaign, 3 ad sets, and 3 ads inside each ad set with 500 per day. Okay, so this is more like 500 to 1000 per day launch strategy to ultimately scale. This was stage number 1. Okay, now here's what you do. Once you launch this, or before you actually launch this, there's some homework that you need to do. The homework that you got to do is that you have to define what your target CPR is, which means what is going to be your target cost per result. If you're selling something, if it's you're selling a physical product, or if it's a digital product, whatever it is, what is your target CPR according to your business according to your business goals. So you want to define that very, very clearly. So that's your target CPR. Then the second thing that you want to plan before you start deploying this strategy beforehand and do this homework is to define a kill point. Okay, these are very important decision maker metrics for you. This is going to help you take right decisions. Otherwise, you will not be able to sustain the performance, and you'll go bonkers, you'll go crazy when you are managing, a lot of money, spending a lot of money on ads. And I'm not talking about 2, 4, 5,000. I'm talking about like 50,000 per day, 30,000 per day. That's a lot of money, and then decision making becomes very hard at that level if you don't have these kind of the metrics defined clearly for yourself, right? So cost per result, number one, define that target CPR realistically. Second, define your kill point. Kill point has a formula. Listen to the formula. 2x of target CPR, which means, let's say hypothetically, if my target cost per result is 500 rupees, my kill point will be 2 into 500, which means 1,000 cost per result. What is a kill point? Kill point means if there is any ad set, not ad, if there is any ad set that has not delivered me the result, or even like to begin with, even one conversion event, whatever I'm running ads for, could be a lead, could be a purchase, whatever. One conversion event within my kill point, which is 2x cost per result. If that's not delivering that, it has hit, say, in that same example, 1,000 rupees, then I'm just going to kill that particular ad set inside the 153. If you're running with 500 per day, then 133. Understood? Fantastic. So you have to do this homework. CPR and kill point. Now, once you deploy that and launch this, you start to move towards stage 2, planning your stage 2 and deploying your stage 2. Okay. Now, let me first tell you what that stage 2 is, and then I'll tell you exactly how do you go about planning things around for the stage 2. When is the right time to launch the stage 2? Now, the stage 2 is launching a master campaign. Okay. The strategy that I'm sharing with you is a master campaign strategy. This helps you with less fluctuations relatively, using any other methodologies that you've seen out there or any other methodologies you've learned and you tried using. I have used many, and this is by far the most stable at scale, and that's why I'm sharing it with you, so that you can make a lot of money, grow your business, make your family proud. So coming back to what I was saying, launching master campaign, that's stage 2. Okay. Now, when we launch master campaign, the master campaign launch will go through 2 phases. Phase 1 of the launching master campaign will be launching it, as the name suggests. And phase 2 of the master campaign will be scaling the master campaign. Understood? Nothing confusing? Very easy? Great. I'm sure that you're taking notes. Please make sure that you do that. Otherwise, you will not be able to get the best out of this value nugget that I'm sharing with you. So, stage 2 is launching master campaign. Now, how do you launch a master campaign? What is the strategy behind it? The launching strategy is one campaign. Again, we will set the budget at CBO level, and then we will have one ad set inside of that master campaign. Only one ad set. I know it is CBO, and if we are doing CBO, why are we putting one ad set? Well, it's for the later part when we start to scale, because this is the launch part of the master campaign, right? So CBO, one ad set, which is a launch ad set of the master campaign. And here's what we will do. We will collect all the winners that we are getting from the 153 campaign or 133, however you are doing it, at whatever budget. We will take that particular, all the winners. So which means all the winning audience interests, which means all the winning ad creatives, right? You remember? So basically, if you think about it, we only have 3 unique ads, right? Creatives is only one. We only have one unique ad creative, but 3 unique ads, because we have combinations of headlines and ad copy hooks, or ad copy, right? So whatever is going to become the winner, like whatever gives us the best results, we will take that, the audience interest, as well as the ads, and we will stack them into the master campaign's first ad set that we are launching right now, the master campaign with. Understood? Let me give you an example. Let us say we have launched 153 with 1,000 per day. And now there are 2 ad sets, let's assume ad set 1 and ad set 2, which has given us around 5 to 10 conversion events. So that's your next point to note. When do you qualify something to be a winner from the 153 or the 133? When do you qualify that and decide that to be a winner? You only qualify one ad set and one ad set and ad as a winner is only when it gives you a minimum of 5 purchase or conversion events or average of 10. Okay, minimum 5. You can test with minimum 5, but we usually sometimes we do 5, sometimes we do 10. Depends on what our, like, how fast we want to go. But if you want to go a little safe, then probably 10 purchases, okay, or conversion events. So one ad set, let's say you have 2 ad sets that has given you, say, 5 conversion events, okay, in each of them. And you have inside that, you have one ad that has given, like, say, majority of the conversion events. Or let's say, for example, you have 10 conversion events, and out of those 10 conversion events from that one ad set that you have, from these 2 ad sets, ad set 1 and ad set 2, inside of that, you have one ad that has given you more than 5 conversion events. So what you're going to do, or even if you have multiple ads, doesn't matter. What you're going to do, you will take those audience interests that you have added in those particular ad sets. You will take them. You will take the ads that has gotten you the conversion events. You will take all of those things. You will go inside the master campaign. You will go inside that ad set that you're launching. You will use the post ID of the same ads that you are using from the 153 or the 133 campaign that you're running. You're going to take the same post ID. You will stack the audience interest inside the first ad set of the master campaign, and you will deploy that. Okay. How much do you want to start with? You want to start doing this with 500 per day minimum. If your 153 is running at 1,000 per day, this can be another 500 per day. So the total now, you're on your ad account, how much are you spending now? You are spending 1,500 per day because you now have 2 campaigns running. Making sense? Very good. Now, 9 out of 10 times, what's going to happen is this is going to start delivering you results. Okay, this is out of my experience of working in 14 different niches and documenting case studies across all the different niches, getting people results. And currently we are spending 2 lakhs. Now we are touching 2.25 lakhs per week in managing ad spend consistently, especially when it comes to Facebook ads. So this is coming out of experience. This is going to give you results, okay? If you've done it correct. And in the end, I'll tell you, there is one caveat. There's one warning that I want to give and share with you. Apart from the campaign structure strategies that I'm sharing here, there's one more important factor, a secret ingredient that nobody pays attention to. Actually, it is not a secret. It is common sense, but it turns out that it's a secret because nobody uses it. So I'll tell you about that by the end of this video, but let's keep going. Stage 2 done? Great. Now here's what you will be doing. You will keep curating things as you get winners from the 153, and you will keep bringing them and moving them over to your master campaign, master ad set, okay? While this is happening, because it'll take a few days while you're doing it, while this is happening, so you now have 2 campaigns running, while that's happening, here's what you are going to do. You will start deploying a new test to find a new ad creative, okay? Not add one same, like another variation of the same ad, a unique different ad creative, okay? And I want to tell you this, that the number of unique ad creatives that you will have as winners is going to play a very important role in how sustainable your ad performance becomes at scale. If at present you are not getting sustainable ad performance, campaign structure, media buying strategy could be one of the reasons. And another reason could also be the number of unique ad creatives you have, okay? Unique, which means completely different marketing message, completely different marketing angle, okay? So while the stage 1 and the stage 2 are running, the master campaign and the 153 or the 133, whatever you have launched this with, while those are still running, what you're going to do is you're going to deploy another quick test. One using this framework, which I call as 113. Now what's 113? 113 framework is what we use to test an ad creative. So what we do is we use the most best performing audience interest by far on the ad account, because we are running 153, so we have some data, right? So we'll understand, okay, which audience interest is performing the best. We will take that particular audience interest. So one campaign, and this can be ABO, 113 can be ABO, ad creative testing can be ABO. So we'll use 113, one campaign, one ad set, and 3 ads inside that ad set. Now, this ad set that we are deploying, this is with using one single audience interest, no behavior, and it is going to be the top performing audience interest of the ad account. We are going to launch one unique ad creative, and we are going to launch it with 3 different variations of the same ad creative. What are going to be those variations? It's completely your choice. Sometimes we test with like everything the same, like ad copy the same, headline the same, but we just change the first 5 seconds, the hook of the video ad if it's a video ad. It depends on whatever you want to test it with, but you actually create 3 variations of the same ad creative. That's what matters, okay? If you want to keep it simple, then what you can do is you can just simply deploy one unique ad creative, and then you can have 3 variations of it with regards to different ad copies and headlines, because that's the easiest to think of and just launch, okay? So you can begin with that. That is that. Now you're going to launch the 113, and you will launch it with 500 per day. So now on the ad account, how much are you spending? You have gone from 1,000 per day, which in this example that I'm explaining in this lesson, you've gone from 1,000 per day to now starting to spend 2,000 per day. How? Because you have 1,000 per day, 153 running. You have 500 per day of the master campaign that you have deployed, that running, and you have 500 per day on that, 1,000 on that, 1,500, and 500 on this, which is 113, launching a new ad creative test. Now, I want you to understand that this is the phase 1 of the entire ad account whenever you want to scale it. This is the phase 1 of the entire ad account, okay? When you want to scale an ad account with higher budgets like 20,000 per day, 15,000 per day, 40,000 per day, 50,000 per day, when you want to reach to that level, you want to move all of these parts together, right? Parallelly. If you don't move these parts together parallelly, then the engine is going to break, because you will not be able to sustain the performance. Why? Because either you are just scaling the budget and testing audience interest and not launching ad creatives, or you're doing vice versa. So you have to do all these things together until and unless you start to get scale ready, which I'm going to tell you the next step, okay? So let's say you are now, so you will keep launching these different ad creative tests, okay? Like use 500 per day or 1,000 per day, as much as you can afford to test different ad creative. Just keep launching 113 and testing things very quickly, okay? And keep, like, at least test, if nothing more, test one unique ad concept like every week, like at least one. If you are just doing e-commerce kind of a business model and you are doing that, selling physical products, then you can actually launch even more ad creatives. But if you are selling digital products like a coaching program, a workshop, a webinar, or something like that, a lead generation program, a service business, then you'll probably have to script the ads, right? So you can do that, and then you can at least do once a week initially, till the time you have like at least 5 to 7 winning ad creatives, right? Unique winning creatives. So you keep launching things, right? Now what you do is, as you start to launch new ads and you start to get some like 1 or 2 new winning creatives, the moment you start to get that and find that one winning creative, and how will you decide a winning creative is a winning creative? You remember, I told you have to define your target CPR and your kill point. That's your qualifier, okay? So the moment you get the second unique winning creative, now is the time for you to start planning things. Here's what you're going to do. The moment you start to have, so I'll tell you, there are a couple of ways to transition and now deploy the broad, which is open targeting. There are a couple of ways to do it. The method number 1 is that we want to test if the broad open targeting is now going to work. So how are we going to do it? We are going to launch a master ad set inside the master campaign. So you remember that right now we have launched master campaign, and with the master campaign we have launched one ad set, which is the launch ad set. Now inside the same campaign, master campaign, we are going to deploy a master ad set. That's what we're going to do, okay? Inside the same campaign. Now this master ad set will go open. It will have no audience interest, okay? The only thing it's going to have are all the winning ad creatives stacked inside of it. And when I say winning, I truly mean winning. Be very, very specific about it. Don't be, isne thoda sa kam sale diya hai, lead diya hai, let me just put that also. No. Go very hard on it. If it has not given you the numbers that you want, do not consider that to be a winning ad creative, because chances are it is not going to perform at scale. So you don't want to take a chance, because you want a sustainable performance at scale. That's the end goal, right? So that's how you will launch the master ad set inside the master campaign. Now, what is the deciding factor that tells you that, okay, now is the time for me to launch the master ad set? Well, how I like to do that is that when we are running with like a little higher budgets, then we get results fast because we are spending more money, right? So typically, if an ad account is starting from absolutely zero, then we wait for, say, about 300-ish conversion events attributed. And once we have those 300 conversion events attributed inside the ad account, that is when we start to deploy the master ad set, which is the open targeting ad set, right? And but you can test with even 100 conversion events. So what you can do is, by that time, within this time period, when if you're starting from absolutely zero, then what you can do is you can wait. And what you will keep doing is not that you will just wait and not do anything. You will keep testing new ad creatives. Extremely important. And you are going to increase your budget on the ad account utilizing these strategies. You don't just want to focus on increasing 20% of one campaign. Don't just do that. Keep launching 113, which is ad creative test, and keep testing other stuff. If you want to increase the budget, you will only increase the budget of the master campaign. Understood? And overall, if you look at the ad account, you will be spending more because you will be increasing the budget of the master campaign. And at the same time, simultaneously, parallelly, you will also be deploying new 113 tests, right? At 500 per day, 1,000 per day. So that's also contributing to your overall ad account spend, right? So which is going to increase your budget total, which is going to scale your ad account. So that's how you will plan things around. And the moment you have, say, you want to start testing your open targeting, the moment you have 100-ish conversion events attributed to your overall account, or preferably, what I prefer, to your master campaign, right? Once you have either or, you can start testing your master campaign strategy. And how do you do that? You launch a master ad set now. How do you do that? Simple setting. You just take the ad set, like launch another ad set inside the same master campaign. You remember I told you master campaign is going to be CBO. This is the reason why. So you're going to just deploy that, stack all the audience, like all the winning ad creatives using the same post ID inside that same inside that master ad set, and you're going to let it run. Now, the moment you have 10 to 20 conversion events attributed to your master ad set, now you can declare that to be a winner. And now what you can do within your target CPR and within your kill point, right? Now you can turn off the launch ad set. And the moment you do that, here's what you now have. You have one master campaign, you have one master ad set, and you have all the winning ads stacked inside of that ad set. All that you now have to do is keep testing for new ad creators, launching 113s as much as you can at whatever scale possibly you can. And you can just keep finding the winning creators and keep pushing them inside the master ad set. Increase the budget of the master campaign as much as you want to. If you're running an e-commerce funnel, you can do 20% every day, every 24 to 36 hours. It is going to be stable. But did you pay attention to what I said, that it is not going to work? I told you, right, somewhere in between, that there's a warning, there's a caveat. I'm going to tell you that there is a secret that people keep forgetting, even though it's not a secret, but people keep forgetting it. So that makes it a secret. The secret is, it is not going to work if you don't test new ad creatives. Ad creative testing does not stop. If you're thinking it stops at some given point in time, then you are mistaken, and I'm sorry to break your heart. It won't. Because you're listening and watching this video till the very end, I want to, as a well-wisher, tell this to you, that one of the factors that will contribute to your media buying success and your ad account success is how much of ad ideas are you testing, from how many different angles. Because once you have these things together, moving together parallelly, simultaneously, that's how you will be able to push this engine forward. And that's how you will be able to sustain the performance at scale while spending 10,000 per day, 20,000 per day, 30,000 per day, 40,000 per day, because now you have the master campaign ready. So all that you now have to do is, by the time you will be like, once you implement it, that's when it will make sense to you. If you're not executing things exactly the way I'm telling you, you will not understand it. So once you actually reach to the point of deploying the master ad set inside the master campaign, once you reach to which was stage number 3, right? Once you reach to that level, you will realize that you will actually start spending enough on the ad account, and you can start increasing the budget. You can even increase the budget by 20% every day. I told you, every 24 hours, right? 24 to 36 hours. So which was, if you calculate that, it's going to skyrocket your total daily budget. Like in 1 week, you'll start spending a lot of money, which as a result of which your business is going to grow. But this is not going to work for you if you don't keep testing new ad creatives, unique ad creatives, which is also imperative for the success, for your advertising success. आज के लिए इतना ही. It's a 25 minutes long video, and the reason why I did this video is just to add value so that you can avoid making the mistakes that I did. And jate jate, I want to give this message to you that whatever framework you choose to pursue, it works, right? You are learning from whoever, you are using whatever. Just do whatever is working for you. But at the same time, just have one goal in mind. The goal is to scale a business. If you are not able to scale something, then you're never going to be able to grow that. So the media buying strategies and all of these things have to be less complex so that at scale you can manage them. This strategy that I shared with you works like this, like multiple stages and tests initially, but it prepares you with the master campaign and master ad set for the scale with peace. Because at scale, then you won't have a lot of things to manage. And that's one of the benefits of going open targeting, because now audience interest targeting is not even a variable for you to worry about, because you're not even using audience interest. That's number one. Behaviors are not even your variables because you're not even using them. And that's what makes your performance stable, because you have removed the variables, right? Another benefit of that, if I keep telling you benefits, another benefit of that is it helps you avoid audience overlap. It helps you avoid fragmentation, audience fragmentation. It helps you avoid auction overlap, ad fatigue. There's so many things that it helps you avoid because you're not using any of these. And as a result of which, your algorithm is going to optimize your ads better, but keeping everything that I told you in mind. All right, that's it for now. I hope this video adds value and helps you grow your business and your ad accounts faster. And that's it. I think, yeah, that's it. I'm going to see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.